That's it better. Oh,
Yo, yo.
yes.
Got Brad in the house.
Mr. Brad. Yes, sir.
You guys are still here?
Hey,
Shit.
man, we're still here.
My
man.
voice
Yes,
is gone.
yes.
from
Okay,
this
your
week.
voice is gone. Boy, I was yelling all weekend long.
Yeah, bro.
How you doing?
I don't got many complaints, man.
No, good.
Just gripes.
Just gripes, man.
Just
You
a
know,
couple
it is
gripes.
it is what it is. We just keep on pedaling.
Yeah, but when you get this old, bro, it don't fucking stay in you. It just
Yeah.
fucking.
Just
right
let
out.
it go. Yeah. Just let it go.
That's the
So
beauty.
How's your experience so far? What do you like to seeing over here?
Man.
What's your vibe like right now?
You know, the truth is, this whole scene is about the people, you know, and people do really cool shit, right? But what is really happening is we live in this topsy-turvy world where people are trying to pull people one direction or another, right? And OBC and other bike scenes like this and other bike gatherings like this are the proof that those fucking people running this shit are full of it, right? I don't see any of the shit they're trying to convince me of, right? So I don't let them try to convince me of it, right? I've been all over all over the Western region, you know, with this bike thing, and I just don't see what the fuck it is they're talking about. I see love. I see mostly respect, right? 99.9%, right? And the 0.1% weed themselves out anyway, right? Because
Yeah,
this
do.
whole scene is not about bicycles. It's about the love of each other.
Yes.
It's about the
100%.
love of sharing creative ideas.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I never felt that more than I feel it right now.
Good.
Right? So we get people coming from, you know, Adam came all the way from Poland. He was barely going to make it here. And he shows up with these fucking crates at the docks. At the docks. The LA, Port of LA. And figures out how to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
That's twice.
Twice. The first time was a lot easier than this last time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And with all the shit that's going on next door, right? He still says, I got to make it to Las Vegas because I've got family there.
Mm-hmm. Bike Lab family.
And it
Reality.
fucking, that's where it's at, man.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Fuck all this bullshit. You know, it's funny, but my buddy Max says to me,
Yes.
he's like, you know, we spend all this time and all this money, right? Thousands of dollars we're spending building these beautiful pieces of machinery
Yes.
for a $30 piece of plastic,
Yes.
right? And it's like, so it's not really about any of that stuff. OBC means one big club, or can mean in other languages, one big family, right? But we get caught up. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to go home from this and try to figure out how to get less caught up in other
I got
shit that
you.
doesn't matter, you know?
I got you.
It ain't about scenes and clubs and all this shit. It's about proving those motherfuckers wrong, right? It's about saying, you know what, America, you know what, world, we're gonna prove you wrong. There's less of you and more of us
Yes.
to prove that shit wrong.
Yes.
My dad always used to say, and we got in an argument. I got to tell you this story. My dad, my 79-year-old dad, got a little heated with me over what we've been going through the last couple of years as a world, right? And I said, Dad, I'm not so sure. We did things that adjusted our lives, but we don't know what we're really going through. And he's like, you sound like, he goes, you're being paranoid. I said, you know what, man? I guess I'm old enough to give you the lesson you once gave me.
Yeah. Oh.
He said, what's that? I said, don't believe everything you read and hear, no matter how many times they try to convince you.
Yeah.
Right? And I think these things like OBC are proof of that. They're proof of that. Because if we believed everything we heard that the media was telling us and that other sides are going, you should be on our side and you should be on our side. I'm like, I don't want to be on either one of your sides.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be on
the side.
The side.
I want to be on the side.
Which is circular.
Yes.
Right? And it's just been, you know, it's a trip, man. I've been doing this scene. Tony and I met you too. I met Danny too. And, you know, we were just kind of getting introduced to this thing. And we immediately became friends.
Yes, we
You
did.
know, we had this common thing going on. We both had the same bike. You know, and neither one of us have that same bike now.
No,
But it's still in your family.
but it's still, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we started talking and we became friends, and we started shooting back and forth about you know, these ideas. But the friendship was more important than these ideas about stuff. You
Yes,
know?
it was.
And
Still
I
is.
learned a lot from him, and I hope that he's learned some things from
Oh,
me.
I learned a lot. I'm sure Danny has too, but I've learned
just this
a lot.
conversation alone. I'm like,
It's
shit.
deep. This is the
It's
deepest
deep because it's-
conversation, man.
Because it's truth, though. Like
It's
it's
truth.
100% true. Like exactly what you're saying is like, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta speak the truth, man. This is you're an infectious person. In my eyes, you're an infectious person. You're an amazing person.
Big
in
ass
our
smile
eyes.
on Remco's face. Like just with the whole BMX thing, he's so excited
He's
that
so
he's gonna be
excited.
one of the first ones to really take it out there. And that's one of those things, like, you're not just talking it, like you live this stuff. Like you really do this stuff without wanting nothing in return. You just do it because that's the kind
That's
of
you.
person you are, a genuine dude, and that says a lot about you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
So that's why with you saying what you're saying, I'm like, yeah, like it's not. I mean, it's 100%. Like you, I'm like, people are agreeing because it's the truth. It
Look
really
at Tim.
is.
No politics. This wasn't politics, man. This
wasn't
is life.
politics.
This is life. Politics is what's trying to get us.
Yeah.
You
See, we
know?
don't even talk politics no more.
I turn
Just,
my
you
back
know,
on that shit, bro.
Yeah, see?
And I just go out and live my life and prove them wrong every single day.
Yeah, you're like
You know?
straight up gentleman, man. Like straight up, like really.
So I got a new friend that I invited to this scene, my buddy Bill McKendry. And I'm going to reveal this because I don't care about my own anonymity. And I was, I had a lot of problems for a lot of years with drugs and alcohol and things along those lines. And one day I walked away from that life. And through the course of walking away from that life 15 years ago, 5 years ago, I found this life to add to the wonderful life I found through sobriety. And I introduced a good friend of mine to this deal. He came out every night riding, and every day was hanging out. And he was like, and every time he looked at me, he goes, "This is so awesome, man. This is so awesome." And then he started tripping because, like last night, we were at the Llama Lot, and a strange guy came up to me and says, "Hey, man," he shows me his phone. "Is this you?" And I'm like, it was a picture of me on the Clyde James in my backyard by the pool.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, "Yeah, man." He goes, "Well, my friend told me to look for you if I came to this thing." And I'm like, Bill, my buddy Bill's like, "What the fuck?" Right? And I said the same thing. I'm like looking at him going, "This is insane, man. This is insane."
crazy.
And I just fucking love it. So Tony Okoro made a version of this logo for me. Where's the camera?
Oh.
He made a version of this logo, and we changed it up just a little bit. And and through this 5 days, I was trying to figure out what it is that I do. It was only for one thing we did this logo. You gave me this,
Yes.
and I'm so appreciative of it. And
Love you,
because
my dude.
I've gotten so many compliments. But Jimmy Peak says, "Man, your logo is so pro." So that's due to you, bro.
Oh man, that made me feel good. You also
I
tell
don't
me
know
your
why I
dad,
keep cheering up, man.
Yeah,
I just so
because you're a good dude, man. We feeling it.
so
We're feeling it.
basically, I want to be an example of how to live life in the world, period.
Yes.
And and I've been doing a lot of sponsoring with the bike life scene and this thing. So rate a thumbs up to the people out there listening. Do you think I should just like put pro sponsor, on the side, so I can be
Yes.
just a part of this forever?
Thumbs up.
I don't know if we can
Thumbs
see it on
up.
the
We're gonna
screen,
see the
man.
thumbs up.
You see that?
Look at that. And
So
you,
I
you
ju-
said your dad loved it too.
My dad loved the logo so much. He wears this hat when he plays golf.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, that's
awesome.
pretty cool.
And
That
you know
touches
what he
me.
said though, because he's old school. He said, "I hope you copyrighted that. I hope you copyrighted that because it's amazing." And I owe that to you for doing this. It was a wonderful gift. And
I got you.
And
my
Danny
guy, I
and,
got you.
and Tony, man, you guys have been wonderful people in this whole deal, keeping it all together and keeping it on a worldwide deal. And it doesn't really need help. It's organic.
It's organic.
It's
like
fucking
Danny's
organic.
the Danny's words.
Yeah, it's organic.
Let it grow organically.
It's organic,
Like,
son.
As long as
It's organic,
as
son.
long as we are ourselves and don't fake it.
Yeah.
Like there is no faking. Like we can't lose if we don't fake it. If we just us, And I'd rather go down if I was like, fuck it, if it is not gonna fit,
Yeah.
if it is gonna fail, well, at least we went down being us.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look at that. Now people come on, they hang out, and just the support, the love, it's just been amazing.
That's why we tell you guys to watch the show. 1 like, 1 subscribe, 2 shares, because we don't pay for our for our views to come in, for likes and all that. We don't do that. Whatever you see, it sees, and whatever you guys share and let it go organically, that's when we're letting it grow. The show is sponsored by many special people. Brad Marlon is one of them. But it's there. Thank you right there. There's all those sponsors down there. You got HP Cruisers, Brad Marlin, Jimmy Peak, Light Me Up San Diego, Pedal Power, Coast to Coast, Bassett, E3 Engraving, Cloud James. We also had Bike Lifestyle Apparel. We've also had Spokes for the Folks. We had Ralphie at one time. We had so many people in this whole thing, and they believed in us, and we thank each and every one of you guys.
Right.
And the bottom of my heart, because you are here face to face, I appreciate every single conversation we've ever had.
Absolutely. Especially the one about the $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say hello to some people. Hey, Gary, what's up, Rudy, man? We miss you. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to Arizona. Just things got really busy, but you were in my heart, brothers.
Yeah.
I talked to Gary just a little while ago. We FaceTimed because I don't know if anybody knows this yet, but Chris Walker's badass double tube frame bike. Our friend Chris is moving to Nebraska so he can be back with his family up in the farmlands.
Oh, really?
And I said, I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to make you a couple of offers. And I said, but I'm going to buy your bike from you when the show's over, and I'm going to keep it here, and you can visit it anytime you like. And I'll give you the price that you're asking me. And he agreed to it. I said, I'm glad you agreed to it, because the second option was, I'm stealing it from you. You'll still know where it's at, right? But it's, yeah. And, you know, he and I got tied over this weekend, too. We got some real conversations about shit, about life, you know, and he had told me a story about a lost loved one, and he's been trying to have that connection to the spirit. And I said, you know, my experience so far, my father died when I was really young, and I wanted to have that experience. And it turns out that God will let you have that experience when you're ready. And apparently I don't know when I'm ready. Because when I finally did have the experience, it came out of nowhere. So I guess God decided I was ready. It wasn't me that had to decide.
When you're ready,
and it happened here, and it happened again here through conversations. It's the fucking nuttiest shit ever.
Right?
You know, I get more spiritual awakenings in the realness of this thing than I've ever experienced. I have another place too, but this is that outside organic. Everyone's welcome. You know, there's no judgment here.
No.
You know, and if there is judgment, it stays all alone and fizzles away. You know, it's like lighting a match in the wind.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't gonna stay lit.
No.
And we won't allow it to anyway.
No.
So, you know, but the program that got me to this point in my life, it's a we program. It's not a me program. It's not an I program. It's a we program. And this requires a shit ton of weeing.
Shit ton of weeing.
All right? So, let's all stand up and take a wee.
Take a wee.
All right. I want to lighten it up. You know, it's been so wonderful. And I'm not Chick's bike sugar daddy. Yeah. Say hello, honey.
Say hello, honey.
Yeah. She called me up. She said, Sugar Daddy Brad, I need something to straddle, and I made her a bicycle.
Yes.
You know, 'cause I'm too old for that shit now.
And it rides real nice.
You knew it would. You knew it would. You knew it would. It ain't about the time you spend at it. It's about what you spend in the time. Right?
Wise words from Mrs.
my
Brad
goodness.
Marlin, man. Dude, man. It's so awesome, this teacher right there.
Yeah. All right, bros. Well, you're going to carry on and enjoy
sir.
this day.
I appreciate
I think I locked up the BMX class.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm the only one in it. There's one other bike, and it's upside down.
It is up there. Wait,
Yeah.
damn. Pookie should have put the GT in there. I could have got third.
Yeah, I know, right? I should have just brought them all.
Hey,
You know?
Hey, man. Brad Marlin, everybody. Hey, man.
Hey, thank you
Thank
very
so
much.
much.
I fucking love you, Jack.
Thank you very much for those words, man. Like
Thank you
really,
very much
people
for those
really need to
words.
hear that kind of stuff.
Fuck the dumb shit.
Yes.
Fuck the dumb
No one's got time for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take
Wow.
that from you, my guy. Appreciate it.
Man,
Yo, you saw it.
that's some real shit
Yeah,
right
that's
there,
some
man.
real shit. Like Brad Marlon came on.